Hey guys, welcome to the Gear Bunker. This is Rick here, and I'm using some new software here that I want to show you. It's pretty cool. Watch this. I can turn that on and off. That is awesome. Hey, so making these videos, it kind of came to mind that we really needed to be able to switch from the front camera to the back camera and back and forth more easily. And so I started looking for an app that can do that, because the iPhone in its native form cannot. So I came up with this thing called Switcher, and it looks like it works pretty good. I can switch to the front camera, to the back on the fly, and I can rotate and rotate back again in both cameras. Rotate back. And when you rotate it, you get actually a bigger field of view. So I'm playing around with this software, and I really like it so far. And so it can do other things too, like it can say BAM. I kind of like that. It can do more stuff too, but you know what? I just downloaded this thing and started playing with it right now because I really wanted to make a Gear Bunker video to show you the latest thing going on with the B-1 bomber. The elevator mechanism is reaching the home stretch of the machining stage, and I just want to show you an update on what I've done. Okay, so you'll recall last time I was doing these spot faces and these hex in the last video that I made. So these spot faces, which are designed to keep the set screw from boogering up the precision hex, are done now. And so the next step is got to machine the set screw holes in those long arms. I'm going to show you that in a second here. Let's go on over here. Okay, so see these arms right here? These things need to have set screw holes put in right here and right here that meet up with those shafts and hold it on. Keep the elevator from flying away, or at least in a different direction that the airplane is going. Okay, so how are we going to do that? Now you can kind of see that this set screw hole kind of get drilled and tapped in here, and it's got to be right perpendicular to this hex here, and also this other one here. There's going to be two of them, and they've got to be perpendicular. So, you know, how do you hold that thing when you drill and tap it with this long arm here? Because you can see that it's going to get in the way of the chuck or any other, you know, way that you had to drill and tap that thing. But I figured out a way to do that. One thing you guys will learn is when you're machining parts, you'll find that you not only are machining parts, but you're machining work holding fixtures that hold the work securely and sometimes hold it in orientations that you need to do certain operations. And that's what I had to do here in this case. So I'm going to show you how I did that. When I originally machined, let's go back over here again now. When I originally machined these hexes here, I also took a short piece, a plug of aluminum, and I machined another hex on there because I knew that I would need to hold the control arms in such a way as to drill and tap the holes. So that's what I've got right here. I'm going to take that thing off so I can actually show it to you. It's a little bit tight. Hang on here a second. There, it just kind of broke loose here. Not broke, but came off. Okay, so that's the work holding fixture, and I can put this part on either this way or I can put it on the other way, and I can catch both holes with the same setup. So now what that allows me to do is to not have to keep switching between the center drill, the drill, and then the tap. I can center drill all the holes on one side of all of the parts, and then I can just switch the other part, same parts around, and with the same exact setup do the other ones. Then what I'll do is I'll switch this out with the drill, and then I'll just do the same thing. I'll drill all the holes in here, and I won't have to keep chucking and unchucking repeatedly tools here. That probably save 50 operations or more of doing that. It gets kind of fatiguing and takes more time. And then the last thing I'll do is I'll put the tap in here, and then I'll go ahead and tap this part, and I'll do that by switching them back and forth like this. Back and forth. Same exact setup. You're switching the parts instead of the tools, and so that saves a lot of time. Okay, now one other thing that some guys wanted to know is what's the weight of all this elevator stuff here. So I think I'm going to just weigh this stuff and kind of satisfy everybody's curiosity about that. So I got to turn on this scale and let it tare, T-A-R-E, tare. That somebody made up a word called tare that really is just like zeroing the scale. I don't know why they call it that, but anyway, I'm gonna load all these elevator parts in here. We got 2 pivot shafts, we got 2 titanium, actually we only need 1 titanium bar, so let's not cheat ourselves here. The bearing block, a couple of washers here, and whatever this ends up weighing, I'm gonna tell you that these shafts are about an inch too long, if not more. So whatever it weighs here, it's actually the real air assembly is going to weigh less. And the reason for that is because we didn't know exactly what this length was going to need to be. So they're probably an inch and a half longer than they need to be. So like I say, whatever number we come up with here, it's going to be better. And then also I need to get a couple of the pivot arms. So I'm going to steal a couple of these. The suggestion has been made that we put also some lightning holes along here, which I think is probably a good idea, save a little bit of weight. Just haven't made a final decision whether we're going to do that. I might just calculate how much weight it saves and decide whether it's worth it. But with that gusset in here like that, pretty sure it's not going to compromise any of the strength. It'll just turn it into kind of like a girder. The other thing too is we're not sure exactly which hole here we're going to end up using. So if we use some of these upper holes, we'll just chop the rest of this off and save some more weight there. So the number that we come up with here is really just a preliminary number. All right, let's load some parts on. Here we go. We're going to put that on there. 2 arms. We got 2 pivot shafts, right? And 1 titanium rod per assembly. 2 washers. Not that it's significant, but ultimately these washers will be 1 washer and they'll be made out of aluminum. These are just here because I needed something to put in there. All right, last part. Let's put this on here. And we are at 3 pounds 10 ounces. Really 3 pounds 11 ounces. You know what? Not bad for an airplane that's as big as the size of a garage. I think we're going to be okay here. All right, guys. That's it from the gear bunker. Bam! Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Oh, I forgot to show you one other thing. This is really cool. So the guys at let me get the switch over here. The nice folks at ERCP gave me this crazy looking thing. It's actually a Workholding fixture, and I'm going to be doing a review of the thing. And I have just exactly the right piece of work to put this thing through its paces. They asked me to see if it was any good, and already I think it's good, but we're going to do some more work on this thing. And what I'm going to do is I am going to... Oh, this program will allow me to zoom in. Watch this, guys. It's really cool. I'm not moving the camera at all. This is strictly done with the controls of the software. That's pretty awesome. Now I'm going to zoom back out again. Okay. That's pretty cool. So we'll put this thing through its paces, but I do have to say it kind of reminds me of something if you look at it this way, and I'm going to show you what it reminds me of. There, that monster. If anybody's ever been Stranger Things, well, here it is, come to life. Actually, you get that ring off of there. It goes like this. This is really a cool thing. I'm looking forward to doing a review for this thing with the nice folks at ERCP. In the meantime, This is Rick at the Gear Bunker, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.